I'm Rachel Prince, and I'm owner of the online vintage boutique, QuirkyFinds.com. That's QuirkyFinds.com. Quirky Finds specializes in vintage purses, vintage and discontinued perfume and cologne, vintage compacts, and other vintage vanity accessories. Okay, today I am here to talk about the importance of reference books, or collectible books, I will call them, or books on collectibles. When I first started collecting, I, of course, didn't know where to go, or I just knew I liked the stuff, but I didn't know anything about the things that I loved. So the internet was available, which is a great tool, but there's nothing like having a book written by a specialist or a collector such as yourself. So I will go through a few of my favorite purses and perfume books and these are books that I keep them. I have a very large library, so if there's something that I don't know and I need to look it up, these are the tools that I'll use to look it up. So first, I'll go through, this is probably the first collector's book that I bought. Popular Purses is in the bag. And this is a shipper book, and it's with a price guide, so which is pretty important. So when you buy a book, also look for a price guide, because everyone wants to know what something is worth. And this amazing book takes you through the different types of vintage purses out there. So you have Collins, you have Bakelite and Lucite bags, which I did a great video on. If you haven't seen it, check it out. The leather purses, beaded bags, the magazine clutch, which if you're interested is on the website. So this is a great book. And I believe, I'm not sure if it's still in circulation, but I use this wonderful website called fetchbookinfo.com, and I'll put the wording on the video, so you can look it up. And basically you type the information in there and it tells you where you can find the book at the best price anywhere. And I also, on the website on QuirkyFinds.com, I have a list of my favorite books, so you can also go to the website and go under the Amazon page or my favorite book page, and you can find all of this information. So that one I love. I also enjoy handbags. This is a Judith Miller bag book, and it's small, so it travels well, and it takes you through the beaded, the leather, the lucite, all different types of vintage bags, and it moves you a little bit further into maybe the 80s. So it's a pretty good tool to use. Let me see that. And next, I spoke about this book in my previous video on Lucite and Bakelite purses. This is Carry Me 1950s Lucite handbag and American fashion. And this is by Janice Berkson. And this is a great coffee table book. This is not really a reference book, but it's so pretty. And she has a wonderful collection of vintage purses, vintage Lucite purses. I'll show you a couple pages in there. So it's just great photography, a great way to show your collection. So highly recommend it. And I bought this one last year, so you can still get it in the stores. So that is for purses, and I have more books, of course. Wait, here's one more. A Passion for Purses. And this was a little older, but even if a book is outdated or is not as current as it needs to be, you can always find something in there. Maybe that will help you label something that you don't know what it is, or identify something, or maybe you can use your judgment on what the price would be now in today's market. So I'm just a collector of reference books, just like I'm a collector of purses and perfume. So that is for, I don't know, this is a shipper book. Sorry. I don't know if you can see that. Now for perfume. I probably have more perfume books than anything, because there are more perfume books than anything. This is one of of the more recent ones that I picked up. And this is the Antique Trader Perfume Bottles Price Guide. Really like this book. It's really current. It takes you through commercial bottles and check bottles, Victorian bottles, just it's a pretty large range of perfume bottles, and it gives very accurate prices. Really love this bottle, this book here. And it travels well because it's small. This one here is probably known as the Perfume, it's not the only one of the Perfume book Bibles. Commercial Perfume Bottles by Jacqueline North. She breaks down the history of the bottle designers and glass makers, as well as the different fragrance houses and the different perfume makers. And it's really great pictures. There is a price guide in here. This is the older, this is the 3rd edition, but let me see, I believe this is like 1980s. So it's a bit outdated, but so worth having. Yeah, let me see, I believe it's the 1980s. So worth having. I really use it a lot if I can't identify a bottle, and I don't know everything. I'm working my way towards it, but I don't know everything. So this is my helper. Another one, well, I'll go through now. Option books, option catalog. This is from the Monson and Bear perfume option, and they do a book of their option every year. For maybe up to 2 years ago, or maybe last year was the last book, or no, 2 years ago was the last book that they did, and because they're no longer doing the options. But really great book. And there's a series of these. I have there has to be 20 or something that I have, if not more. And it's for each year, and know basically what the bottle sold for. So it helps you identify what is what and what the item sold for. Let me see. Perfume, cologne, and scent bottles. And this is a great one if you're into check glass and atomizers and decorative bottles. So that's a really nice one. But this I love because I just think he's the greatest person ever. This is Perfume Presentations by Kenneth Leach. And my copy is signed because every year he attends the IPA, which is the IPBA, International Perfume Bottle Association Convention. And that is an organization that Quirky Finds is a part of, and it is an organization for bottle collectors like me. And we're there for 4 days or so, and we talk perfume bottles, and there's great seminars. And so Kenneth Leach, I'm not sure if this book is available online or anything. I'm sure it is. You can get it from somewhere. But he's there, and he's there with his wonderful book, the other Bible, and he will sign it for you. So I do have a signed copy, which I'm about to show off to you in 2 seconds, of this wonderful book. Okay. Classic perfume advertising. This is for those that collect advertisements of perfume, which there's plenty. There's a book for everything. Hopefully I plan on writing a book one day. Compacts, which is under here somewhere, for collectors of vintage compacts. Let me dig it out because I have a stack of books sitting on my lap right now. This is really nice. This is by Mueller, and that is available, and I'll put all the information. And also, I do love Lips of Luxury by Jean-Marie Martin Hattenberg. And this is a book on lipstick and lipstick cases and lipstick. It's really, really cool. And he was at the IPA convention this year, and he gave a great presentation, and he also signed a copy of the book. So you're missing out on so much if you do not join the IPBA, because we really get together and talk about perfume and stuff, and just a place for people like me and you. And so I'm gonna run out of time soon. But yes, the option catalogs. This is another catalog. I try to collect all the catalogs from the options over the years. Philips, they do a really great job. You can try to find these online. But yes, I am going to wrap this up. I am Rachel Parents, quirkyfinds.com. Visit the website. Join the IPBA. Great organization. Perfumebottles.org. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.